Hey guys, welcome back to the video, and this is the third lecture of spring. Now in this lecture we will be talking about energy stored in spring. Now let's say here I apply some force at one end of the spring so that the spring slowly gets stretched. And by slowly I mean the each point in this spring they move so slowly that we can say their velocity is almost like zero, and that means they do not possess any kinetic energy. So the force that I apply extends the spring, only extends the spring. It doesn't provide any kinetic energy to the spring anymore. So here the force we apply, let's say it extends the spring by a distance x. Now our force, it doesn't provide any kinetic energy, right? Now that means velocity at any time is 0. V equals to 0 means A must also be equals to 0. So my force must be equal to the spring force at any point of time. So my force must be variable. So let's say my force is F. Now this F must be equals to Kx at any time, where x is the extension in the spring, right? And Kx will act backward and my force will act forward. So this force Kx and this F, they must be equal. So work done by me will be, as F is a variable force here, so work done can be written as F dot dx integration from 0 to x. This gives us Kx dx integration from 0 to x, which is Kx square by 2 or half Kx square. Hence we say, or we can say, that the force that I apply on the spring, it does some work equals to Kx square by 2, and this work gets stored in the spring in the form of spring potential energy. So as we know, spring force Fs, this is a conservative force. Here if we find work done by spring force, we will similarly get, as spring force is backward and the displacement is forward, so we can write the spring force is minus kx, as it is opposite to the direction of displacement. So spring force minus kx and the displacement is x, so work done by spring force can be written as similarly kx minus kx dx integration, which gives us minus kx square by 2. And we can say work done or change in potential energy is equals to negative of work done by conservative force or work done by external force. Here work done by external force, which is kx square by 2. So we can say change in potential energy is half kx square. This is the energy stored in the spring or change in potential energy of the spring. As when the spring was dealt originally it was in natural length, right? That means x was 0. So change in potential energy is equal to the energy stored, which is half kx square, because initial potential energy is 0. So in change in potential energy, we can write u final minus u initial equals to half kx square, but initial value was 0. So at any time potential energy equals to half kx square. This is our energy stored in the spring, right? Now let's use this concept to solve some problems. Here is a problem. Here initially the spring is in natural length. Now if we release the block from this position, it moves down, right? The question is, what is the maximum distance that the block can fall? Here the region is in gravitational field, means gravity is acting in this region, and we will be solving this problem. So see here, there is gravity acting downward, right? G, it is acting downward. Now think, initially here if we use work energy theorem, if we use work energy theorem here, see, when we just release the system, its kinetic energy is 0, and when it will be at its extreme position, at that time also its kinetic energy will be 0. So as the block moves down, then it loses potential energy because it loses height, right? As it loses height, it loses potential energy. And how much potential energy it loses? Let's say it loses mgl, where L is the distance traveled, maximum distance traveled. Now, there will be kinetic energy in the middle, but from the initial position to the final position, there is no change in kinetic energy. Initially it is 0, finally it is 0. So the change in potential energy completely goes to half KL square, means spring potential energy. The loss of potential energy of the block gets stored in the spring in the form of spring potential energy. Now, if we equate these two, then we get L and L get cancelled. So L equals to 2 mg by K. This is the extension, maximum extension of the spring, or this is also the distance that the block falls. Now this problem was pretty simple. It is simple presentation of energy conservation, or we can say work energy theorem. Now what happens if we jump to complex problems? Now let's solve one. Now let's look at this problem right here. So here we have a complex system in which there are two pulleys and there are two springs. And in the question it is given that both of the springs have spring constant K. And initially both of them are in natural length. Now if we release the block right now, then it will move down, right? The question is maximum distance traveled by the block. That means how much height, maximum by how much height it will fall. Now see here, in these kind of problems, what we need to do, we need to pay attention that this spring, as the mass moves down, there will be some tension developed in the in the spring. Now this tension will also create some tension in the upper part. That means this spring will also get some tension. So we need to take care about the tensions in the springs, and what about the extensions. These two things we need to be certain about. Now let's copy the diagram and let's try to solve the problem. So here I am copying the diagram. Now think, let's apply the constraint motion. Right now I don't know how much they will move, the springs will extend by how much distance, I don't know. So see, think, if this spring gets stretched by some amount, let's say this one gets stretched by x1 and this one gets stretched by x2. Okay, now that means if this spring gets stretched by value of x1, then this will move this pulley down, and if this spring also gets stretched, then also this mass will move down. So the mass will move because of both of the springs. Now how? For now, forget about this spring. How does this x1 distance affects the motion of M? Let's find. So here this point will move up by value of x1. Let's say this pulley, the pulley moves down by a value of let's say y downward. Now if we apply constraint motion in this part of the string, this is a string, right, where this point is moving up and these 2 points, they are moving down. So let's apply point method. So according to point method, we will get equation as minus of x1 plus 2y equals 0, or x1 equals to 2y, or y equals x1 by 2. That means, what does this mean? That if this point moves up by distance x1, that means the pulley will go down by distance of x1 by 2. This much is clear. Now similarly, let's say this spring gets extended by value of x2. So hence, how much the M mass will move? the m mass will move, let's say m moves down by distance x, then I can write x equals to x2 plus x1 by 2. This is the relation. How much distance m moves. Now we don't know what is the relation between x1 and x2, right? Now let's find that one out. So here let's say at any point of time tension in the lower spring is T. So if here tension is T, then here it will be T by 2, here it will be T by 2, and here also it will be T by 2, right? So we can write here T equals to K x2 or x2 equals T by K. Similarly, T equals to K x1, but T by 2 equals to K x1 or x1 equals to T by 2K. Now comparing this x2 and x1, we already got that x2, which is equals to T by K, we can write it as 2 into T by 2K. That means 2 into x1. So x2 equals 2x1. This is the relation we know now. Let's apply this one here. So in this equation, x equals x2, which is 2x1 plus x1 by 2, which is 5x1 by 2. We got the value of x, right? Now applying work energy theorem, we can write mgx. X is the drop in the block m. This will be the total energy stored. So half k x1 square, energy stored in one spring, plus half k x2 square, energy stored in the other spring. Now putting the values, half k x1 square plus half k. What is the value of x2? Again, x2 equals to 2x1, so 2x1 square. This is equals to mgx. X value is 5x1 by 2. So this gives us half k x1 square plus 2x1 whole square. This is 4x1 plus x1, 5x1 square. Now comparing these two, 5 got cancelled, 2 got cancelled, and x1 got cancelled here. So we got, that implies x1 equals to mg by k. This is the value of x1. And we know what is the value of x, because it is asking us what is the drop in the block. The block drops by a distance x. So what is the value of x then? Then x equals to 5 by 2 x1, right? This means 5 by 2 into mg by k. This is our answer. This is the distance by which the block falls. Now let's apply the concepts that we learned in the previous problem and apply those concepts to this problem. Here, this is even further more complex diagram, in which again there are two pulleys and three springs are there, right? Initially all of them are in natural length and all of them have spring constant k, and the question tells us that if we release the system from this position, then what is the maximum height, maximum distance that the block m will move, right? Now let's find out. Again, individually we need to find the displacements of the springs and we need to correlate them to the displacement of the m. Now think, let's say this bottom spring, this moves a distance x1, this one moves a distance x2, and let's say this one moves a distance x0, okay, and the block moves a distance x. So think here individually, let's apply the constant motion individually. Forget about x1 and x2 right now. Think only if this spring extends, this only this string we will consider, where in the middle there is a spring. Now if this spring gets extended by a distance x0, then the block will move down by a distance x0, right? Because this part, this length will not change, this much length will not change, only this much length will increase. And how much? No, x naught distance. If this increases x naught distance, then this one will fall by x naught distance, right? What about this spring? If this spring moves up by distance x1, think this pulley is attached to this spring. So the pulley will move up by distance x1. That implies if this pulley moves up on the left side and on the right side, on the two sides, x1 and x1, total 2x1 amount of string will be left. So only due to this spring, the block will move further down by 2x1. And exact same concept we can apply for this spring, this pulley also. If this spring moves down by distance x2, then the pulley will go down by distance x2. Hence, on the left and right, on both sides, there will be 2x2 amount of strings which will be loosened, and they will add up to the block M. That means we can say the distance moved by block X will be equals to x naught due to the middle spring plus 2x1 due to the lower spring plus 2x2 due to the upper spring. This will be the total distance, right? Now what about the values, the relation between x1, x2 and x0? Let's find out again. So here at any time, let's say the tension in the string is T. That means I can write kx0 equals to T, because kx0 acts on the same string as that of the block. So kx0 equals T. Or I can say x0 equals to T by K. Now think, if here tension is T, here tension is T, and here tension is T, these are T, then this will be 2T, and here tension will be 2T, right? So I can say kx1 equals to 2T, and similarly I can write kx2 as well equals to 2T. So x1 equals to 2T by K, which is equals to 2x0. So x2 is also equals to 2x0. Now let's apply these values to our x equation. So x equals to x0 plus 2 into x1, which is 2x0, plus 2 into x2 again, which is again 2x0. So this gives us 9x0. So we got x equals 9x0, right? So from here x0 equals to, we got x by 9, x1 and x2 both are equals to 2x by 9. We need to find the value of x, remember? So now again we will apply work energy theorem. Applying work energy theorem again, the loss in potential energy of the block, which will be mgx, this much equals half k x0 square, total energy stored in all three springs, half k x1 square and half k x2 square, all three springs, right? So this gives us half k taking common x0 square plus x0 square, we can write it as x by 9 square, which is 81. Similarly x1 square, we can write x1 equals to 2x by 9. So 2x by 9 square is 4x square by 81 plus x2 square is also 4x square by 81. So this gives us half k, 4 plus 4 plus 1. This is 9 by 81. So x square by 9. This much equals mgx, or x got cancelled. We got x equals to 18 mg by k. This is our answer for the question. Now here is a problem for you guys. There is a pulley and spring system given in here, and all of the spring constants are k. Here there are 3 pulleys and 4 springs. Now all the springs are initially at natural length? If the system is released at rest, then what is the maximum distance traveled by the block here? This is the question, and the solution for this problem will be uploaded with the next video.